Some of XR's most compelling uses help save lives. First responders use VR simulations to prepare for dangerous real-life scenarios, such as fires, car accidents, natural disasters, and even robberies.
You've probably already experienced how the technology is impacting education. Senior engineering consultant Miraj Mainali shows us how it's changing the workplace too.
Within XR, there are augmented reality, mixed reality, virtual reality, and that gives us amazing sense of flexibility in terms of providing different kind of education and training materials within those simulated experiences. Hi, my name is Miraj Mainali, and I'm a senior engineering consultant here at the Verizon Innovation Lab in Boston. Remote working has really accelerated the developments in AR and VR. Before the pandemic, a lot of workers needed to be on-site to be trained, but now there is more flexibility in training workers. Several researchers have pointed out that human beings learn more by doing than by seeing or reading instruction manuals. So when people are trained within that virtual and augmented reality, they are more efficient, and it also improves worker safety because within that environment, you can train someone not just what to do on their job, but also what not to do on their job. Within XR, we can design those perfect work scenarios. We can create CAD model of their environments and then train workers in that simulated environment to do their jobs better. You can create step-by-step instructions, and now you have a very scalable way to train new workers as well as very cost-effective. This is a typical augmented reality-based worker training, and this platform right now has a work module to train someone to fix and troubleshoot landing gear of a jet airplane. With augmented reality, the user can also see their outside world, which is very important for a worker in a manufacturing environment, let's say. They need to be aware of their surrounding so that they don't bump into walls, trip on wires, and fall on the floor. The real fun is I can pull in the 3D image of the landing gear, and when I move my head around, I can see the landing gear over here. And it's also giving me a lot of instructions. There are also video notes that I can pull. They can see an overlay of instructions onto their environment, and by projecting that image, they are now able to layer those together and do their jobs. We're also starting to see companies explore XR in other applications, in other use cases, such as automating paperwork and remote collaboration. It can not just be used for training, but also can be used as a guidance tool when workers are deployed on the field and troubleshoot that in real time. There are several advantages of using virtual reality. So think about all of the environments that are difficult to replicate in an office environment to train workers. For example, how do you train someone to go inside a manhole and fix all the cables? Think about how you can train someone to inspect wind turbines, or how do you train someone to work at heights, climb up the communication towers. This is how we can train someone to climb the tower without actually sending them to the tower. So then they have all the instructions. There are so many precautions that we can give them. So it's very difficult to replicate those environments. So it's better to have them fully immersed into that virtual scenario. We evaluate a lot of different technologies and test them on our network and give feedback to the developers so that we can improve those technologies. And also when it's time, we help commercialize those solutions. Here at Verizon Innovation Lab, we are testing XR with 5G, and one of the key components of 5G is ultra low latency. And latency is how fast you can communicate or send your data from the simulated experiences in AR and VR devices to the data server. If you move your head around and the image lags behind by a second, then it throws you off. You are disconnected from that system and it makes you disoriented, it makes you very nauseous, and the first thing that you want to do is take that headset and throw it away. Some of the applications that we run on endpoint devices like smartphones and tablets can be done on cloud compute. Cloud service providers are often far away from where the data is originated, and for XR that can become a challenge. So Verizon works with cloud service providers to bring their cloud computing closer to where most of the people live, and that's called edge compute. By using edge, we can even further reduce the latency. This industry will create so many jobs. Some of them might include hardware engineers, and also on the software side, we will need programmers who can program not just the 2D environment, but also 3D, which is very crucial for augmented and virtual and mixed realities. And also network engineers, because we need very robust and seamless network that we can rely on.
Now, one thing this kind of reality can't quite fully replicate yet is human touch. But the technology is getting closer.
The science and technology related to simulating touch is called haptics.
These haptic gloves allow you to feel the texture of the things in the real world. The US Army is already using gloves like this to train medics. I tried them out earlier. The backpack is pretty heavy, but the gloves have 130 tiny points of tactile feedback. So tiny, the points are only about the size of 2 grains of sand.